Hi, I'm George Sam with Mainstreet Medina. Welcome to another edition of Medina Minute. Today we're going to sit down and talk with some people you see around town and hear their stories. Come join me. So today I'm here with Janice Jokkel, and we first of all want to ask you, how did you end up here in Medina?
Well, back in 2006-ish, my husband and I ventured into the house building market, and we built a home as a spec house here in Medina. And if you know anything about the whole 2006 to 2008 time frame, we decided to move into that spec house. And we transplanted from Cleveland here, and we love Medina so much that we wanted to raise our children here.
Okay, what part of Cleveland were you in?
So we were on the west side, so like Ham's Corner area, 160th and Lorraine area.
Okay.
Yeah.
So quite a transition into kind of a rural, small town.
Yeah, it was definitely an awesome experience to move from the inner city, I wouldn't say inner city of Cleveland, but the Cleveland area. Mm-hmm. Yep, city of Cleveland here to Medina, and it's been the best move we ever made.
Oh, that's awesome to hear about.
Yeah, I love Medina and everything it has to offer.
Awesome. So when you first moved here, what was kind of your impression, and has that changed at all over the years?
The biggest impression that I had was the people were so kind. The people are so kind. And it just has a different feel to it. You know, the conveniences aren't here as they were up in Cleveland.
That's true, yeah.
You know, we used to do our weekly trek to West Side Market, and so now we go to the farmers market on the square. And so it was just definitely a transition to different opportunities.
Okay. So you raised children here in Medina?
I did. I do.
Were you involved in your kids growing up and some of the stuff they were doing at the high school, or?
Yeah. So both my children went through Medina, and then they went through the Career Center. So my son,
nice.
my son who's 23 now, went through the Career Center. Graduated with high honors, and then my daughter too graduated out of the cosmetology program, and she is full-time now at Salon Evangeline, and I couldn't be more proud of both my kids graduating out of the Medina school system.
Center, that's a
Career Center,
great place.
Specifically, I have high regards for that school. Every parent should give it an opportunity.
That's good to hear.
Yeah.
So what is your background? What have you done in schooling and all that?
So I grew up in Lorraine, so about an hour from here. My family still is back in Lorraine, and my passion was back in high school was public speaking, so I continued that journey to this day. And I went right from high school to being a career woman. So I went right from high school to managing Radio Shacks.
Oh, really?
Way back
That's
when.
Fascinating.
Yeah, I went.
I
turned around some Radio Shacks and retail, and then I went into the cell phone industry when cell phones weren't a commodity as they are today.
Right.
And I've been in sales since I've been 18 years old. So
sales.
Sales has been my background of what I've done my whole career. And then back in 2006 to 2008, my husband and I built homes, and then I wanted to get out of corporate America, and I ventured into becoming an entrepreneur, and it's been an entrepreneur journey ever since.
Okay, what was your first business?
My first business was Romp and Stomp here in Medina.
Okay.
Yep. And
everybody remembers Romp and Stomp.
Yeah, everybody knows me as the Romp and Stomp girl. I built a brand that still lives on to this day. That's awesome. It's brought me a lot of opportunity. I was able to meet a lot of great people in the community. We delivered fun for a living, so that was awesome, and I still carry that on to today.
That's awesome. And then, so you transitioned from that into what venture happened after that?
So I pivoted. As people know me as a pivoter, I took on. So Romp and Stomp was a great journey for me. We lost our lease there, so it came to an abrupt halt for us, unfortunately. Which we continued that journey as a rental division, and then 2019 we decided to pivot, and I I took my passion to business coaching.
Okay.
People wanted my opinion all the time on, well,
Yeah.
how did you become so successful, or how did you do this, or how did you do
Right.
that? And so I wanted to get paid for that. So I launched Getting Gear in 2019.
Okay.
And then I opened the Biz Hive right here around the corner in 2021.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So besides your business, which probably keeps you busy to begin with a family and all
Well,
that.
work-life balance is important.
It's true.
Yep.
So what do you do on the side?
My husband and I love to just go hiking. I love golfing. I'm going to get back into the golfing world. I haven't golfed for a
Awesome.
couple of years, so my goal this
Golfing.
year is to golf. And just being outdoors, being with my family is important to me. Both my kids are adults now, so having those moments of mom time with them is really
Yeah.
important for me.
I'm
So.
sure. So is sales considered your passion? Like, I know once you're a salesman, you're always a salesman kind of thing.
Well, people think you're
Saleswoman in
born
your
a
place.
salesperson, but you're not born a salesperson. It's a
Right.
skill you
It's a
acquire.
skill, for
Yep.
sure. But you have to have that public speaking, no fear
No
kind
fear.
of thing.
Risk.
Does that
I would say
describe you a
risk.
risk taker?
Yeah, risk
That
taker.
describes you?
Yes, I'm a
Okay.
high risk.
And
I
what are you
am a high risk
passionate
taker.
about? Like, what brings out the passion in you for doing what you do?
My passion is just helping people. And primarily business owners that they have a passion of their own. They just don't know how to get to the next steps of their business.
Yeah.
And salespeople. You know, oftentimes I meet with a lot of salespeople that they are afraid to go to their sales manager saying, hey, I'm struggling in this or I'm struggling in that. And so I've been taking on a lot more salespeople that just want help getting to their next level, and they're afraid to go to their company because they are fearful of losing their job.
Right.
And so, so really my core is helping people, whatever that looks like, without an agenda, without, monetary attachment. Because I believe that when you pay it forward, you'll get it back tenfold.
That is true. So with Getting Gear and Biz Hive, is that kind of why you went into that? Because it is a way to help businesses.
It is.
Gives them space.
It is.
Tell us a little bit more about that.
So the Getting Gear business is business coaching. So I go in and I help the businesses turn around or figure out what they're going to do to grow. Mm-hmm. And during that time, one of my coaching clients, we kept saying, okay, you're not getting your to-dos done. And we stepped in and we started helping businesses get their to-dos off their to-do list. So their tasks off their to-do list. So it really is about helping them get to the next level in both of their businesses and getting them to get their little task, their tactical stuff off their plate.
Right. And like you said, they may be passionate or good about the business they're
Yes.
in, but not necessarily all the stuff that goes with it, like it or not. And you're there to help them.
100%. Whether I'm business coaching them or my worker bees back at my Biz Hive, they take those things off their plate that they don't like doing.
Yeah.
Whether they love it, we don't touch it. That's our motto is if they love doing it, we don't touch it. If they don't like doing it, those are the tasks we take off their plate.
Very good. So do you do any volunteer work on the
I
side?
do. My passion, I was honored and humbled to take over the Project Learn President Board position.
Yeah.
And I believe that with education, there's quite a few people here in Medina County that lack that knowledge. They may not have graduated. They may be struggling getting their GED. They want a better life, but they don't know how to get to that point. And so with Project Learn, it's giving me the opportunity of helping the community in that population that needs to get a better life, get the better education they need, and it's just that simple step of getting their GED.
Yeah.
So
And it's a good thing. It's a good thing to do for people.
It is. It
That's
is.
awesome.
I am passionate about the organization and the mission. Our volunteers are the backbone of what we do, and we have two separate pieces to Project Learn. People know us as the bookstore.
Yeah.
And when I took the position, my goal as the president was to get the mission out to the community that we're not just a bookstore. We have a mission to deliver education to adults who want to have the skills that they need to get a better job, or just to have English as their second language. We have a big population of Ukrainians in Brunswick that we're serving, Japanese, Mexican. So that population is looking for English as their second language.
That's awesome.
So we have two sets of volunteers, those that serve our bookstores, and that's just a snippet of the revenue that we get in to support our mission. And then we have our then we have our tutors that help the adults look to get that education they need or they're wanting.
Very cool.
Yeah.
It's a good organization. I'm glad
is.
you're part of it.
Yeah.
So you're a busy woman. You have a lot going on. What do you do for fun? Like just to let loose?
Let loose?
Do you travel?
I travel. I love traveling.
Yeah.
And with COVID, we haven't traveled so much.
It's been kind of tough.
Yeah, I love traveling with my husband just to get away a couple days. I have invested in myself in the last 6 months, so I hired a personal trainer. So I weight train 3 days a week with
Good
Kelly
for you.
Bailey, who's amazing, by the way. I'm going to give her a shout out.
Right.
Transformed my life.
Right.
So I have learned to put myself first. And you know, at 53 years old, people don't get to that point. But I have found that if I'm not good to myself, I can't be good to others.
Yeah.
And I put myself first every morning. So I pray, I work out, and I put myself first. And then when I am in the office, I am serving my clients at the highest level. I serve my team and my community. So.
It's kind of like that airplane thing where when the oxygen drops down, put it on yourself first.
Yes.
Then put it on.
I never knew why people would want to put it on themselves first. You should help your neighbor first.
No,
but
apparently if you can't breathe, you can't help somebody else.
Exactly.
So it's kind of like that. Like, to be able to be helpful, you need to be able to be strong and healthy yourself.
And you have to have the right mindset, the right attitude. And when you serve yourself first, people think, well, gosh, that's pretty arrogant. Well, it's not. It really isn't. If you can't be in service to yourself, how can you be in service to others?
That's true.
So
not traveling right now.
We will be traveling, but not.
Oh yeah.
Not today.
Like this summer.
Yes. No.
But soon.
Yes, we went to Hawaii last year. So
that's great.
Yeah.
So your kids are nearby?
They both are living at home. My son just bought his first home, so he's moving to Parma. We're doing some renovation on that. And my daughter, I encourage both my kids. They can live at home as long as they want until they're ready to venture off.
Cool. So as a family, what do you enjoy doing when you can't travel? What do you guys do at home?
Simply eating dinner together is, people say, gosh, but as they grow older and they have their own careers, having dinner together every night is important to us, my husband and I.
That's good to hear.
And we vacation together and just doing simple things. It's important to have that family unity. I'm proud to say that I've been with my husband 34 years and we've been married 28, and that family unity is critical to my husband and I. So
that's so good to hear.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to tell us about yourself that people might not know?
People that don't know. Oh, goodness. I have a really strong Christian faith, and I try to let that come through in everything I do. I volunteer as much as I can, and I have learned to put myself, as I said before, but really to put others first, but put myself first. Put my family first and put myself first. And I never used to be that way. I put everybody, my business was first, my family was, second. And as I got older, I've found that putting my family first is more important than anything.
Yeah, like you said before, it's a life balance.
It is a life balance.
Work, life,
family,
giving, taking.
Yeah, you have to live each day to the fullest, because we don't know if tomorrow is going to come for us.
True.
And I look back at all my journeys of owning businesses and everything, corporate America, and if there's one thing I could let anybody know, is giving grace is probably the most important thing, because COVID has changed society, and I wouldn't say it's changed it for the better. And giving grace and giving that olive branch when somebody may have not been as kind as they should have, is just to be able to step back and say, what are they going through? Because they may be going through something completely, they may be camouflaging their smile behind, what's hurting them behind.
Paradigms, like put yourself in their shoes kind of thing.
Yes, exactly, 100%.
That's interesting.
100%.
So you have two businesses that are located in the same place on West Liberty, right? Mm-hmm. And if people want to stop in, they can just stop in and say hi.
100%.
If you're there,
free cup of coffee.
Free cup of coffee.
Yeah.
And how often are you there like every day?
Monday through Friday, 9 to 5.
9 to 5, very good. And Project Learn, what are their hours?
So our Project Learn bookstores, we have 3. We have one right here in Medina on the square. We have another one located in Brunswick and one in Wadsworth. So we have 3 locations.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, or 10 to 5, and then Saturdays, 10 to 4, and then we're closed on Sundays.
Okay, well,
We
that's
are driven by
interesting.
volunteers, so we have to, they love being there, so.
That's good to hear.
Yeah.
Well, it's been very nice talking to you, and I wish you the best.
Thank you so much. It was an
And
honor
thanks
to be
for
with
being
you
part of
today.
Medina. Same here.
Yeah, love being here.
Thank you. Take care.
Armstrong is proud to partner with Mainstreet Medina to produce the Medina Minute series to support our local businesses and our community. As a dedicated member since 2007, Armstrong sponsors local events like the Southtown Cruise-Ins, the Medina Farmers Market, Kids Day of Safety and Play, and the Medina Candlelight Walk. To keep up with the latest Medina Minute episodes, tune into the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel on Channel 100 or visit Armstrong Neighborhood Channel on YouTube.